Hey, my fellow anglers and fishing enthusiasts, your friend and fishing expert is here, ready to dive deep into what promises to be an absolutely fascinating day on the water. We're talking about Saturday, September 21st, 2025, across the great fishing grounds of the USA. Get ready, because this day is setting up to be a true late-season spectacle, offering some incredible opportunities if you know where to look and what to throw. I'm going to tell you why this particular Saturday holds so much promise and how you can capitalize on it to fill your live wells and create unforgettable memories. First, let's talk about our top 3 targets for this epic day: largemouth bass, crappie, and walleye. For our largemouth bass. Fanatics, listen up. As the waters across the USA continue their seasonal cool down, bass are going to be hyperactive, chasing baitfish with a vengeance. You'll find them concentrating on shallower structures like weed edges, points, and sudden drop-offs where those baitfish are congregating. Look for them in depths of 5 to 15 feet, especially around submerged cover and rocky areas. My advice? Grab your spinning or baitcasting setups. For lures, throw a lipless crankbait in a natural shad pattern to cover water and locate active fish. Once you've found them, switch to a football jig with a craw trailer, working it slowly along the bottom of those drop-offs. A shaky headworm can also be deadly in pressured areas, offering a more subtle presentation. Don't forget, early mornings might be a bit slow, but the bite should pick up significantly by midday as the water warms. Next up, our beloved crappie. These panfish will be schooling up and feeding heavily in preparation for winter. Look for them suspending around brush piles, submerged timber, and bridge pilings in depths of 10 to 20 feet. As the water cools, they'll often follow baitfish schools into these structures. My go-to crappie tactics for this time of year involve a light spinning rod with 4-pound test line. A small jig head, 1/16 or 1/8 ounce, tipped with a soft plastic grub or a live minnow under a slip bobber will be your best friend. Vertical jigging directly over cover or slow trolling. These setups can be incredibly effective. Remember, crappie can be finicky, so experiment with different depths until you find their comfort zone. And for the toothy treasures, the mighty walleye, this time of year offers some fantastic walleye action. They'll be moving into shallower areas at dawn and dusk, feeding aggressively along main lake points, rocky reefs, and the edges of weed lines, often in depths from 15 to 30 feet. During the brighter parts of the day, they might retreat to slightly deeper water, but they'll still be looking for a meal. For gear, a medium-light spinning or casting rod is ideal. Trolling crankbaits in baitfish patterns, especially those that dive to the desired depth, is a proven tactic. You can also jig with a 1/4 to 1/2 ounce jig, head-tipped with a minnow or a soft plastic paddle tail. Focus on areas with current or transitions in bottom composition. Now let's break down the conditions that are shaping our forecast for September 21st. Weather-wise, we're looking at a classic late September transition across much of the USA. Expect generally mild but cooling fall weather. Air temperatures will likely see highs ranging from the mid-50s to the upper 70s degrees Fahrenheit, with overnight lows dipping into the 30s to 50s. This shift in temperature means that while mornings might start with a crisp chill, the sun will warm things up nicely by midday. Wind patterns are also likely to be dynamic, with a tendency to shift towards the north or northwest. This can sometimes bring cooler air and potentially some scattered rain showers, especially in certain regions. Atmospheric pressure will probably be fluctuating as frontal systems move through, creating a dynamic environment for our finned friends. These pressure changes can sometimes make fish a bit more cautious, but often they trigger active feeding before or after a front. When it comes to water temperature, this is a critical factor, my friends. Across many US waters, the temperature will be actively cooling, typically ranging from 60 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, dropping to 55 to 65 degrees in colder, more northern regions. This cooling trend is like a wake-up call for fish. It tells them winter is coming and it's time to pack on the pounds. This triggers increased feeding activity, making them more receptive to your offerings. And what about the mysterious moon phase? On September 21st, 2025, we'll be under the cloak of a new moon. This means the moon's illumination will be at 0%, making the night sky much darker. While some anglers believe the new moon can mean slower daytime bites due to less light penetration, many also associate it with stronger tidal movements in saltwater, which can stimulate feeding. In freshwater, the impact is often debated, but a darker night might make fish more comfortable moving into shallower, feeding areas during the day. Don't let it discourage you. Focus on the other strong positive factors. Overall fish activity. For this Saturday, September 21st, 2025, will be good to very good, with periods of excellent feeding. The cooling water temperatures and the natural instinct to feed heavily before winter mean that many species, including bass, crappie and walleye, will be actively seeking food. While mornings might start a little slow due to cooler overnight temperatures, the midday warm-up should kick the bite into high gear. We're in a prime fall feeding window, so be ready for some serious action. So friends, my forecast for the USA on September 21st, 2025 is for a good to very good active bite end. We've got cooling waters, motivated fish, and plenty of opportunities. The fluctuating pressure from incoming fronts might make them a little finicky at times, but overall, the drive to feed aggressively will win out. All right, my friends, that's the lowdown for Saturday, September 21st, 2025. I truly hope you get out there and make the most of it. Remember, every cast is a chance for a memory. So until next time, tight lines, and as always, ni kvosta, ni cheshui, wishing you absolutely no luck, which, as you know, means the best of luck. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you found this forecast helpful, subscribe to the channel for more tips and predictions, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. And tell me in the comments below, what are your plans for this weekend? What's your go-to bait for full base, crappie or walleye? Share your stories and observations. I love hearing from all of you.